Greetings to you all from Global Self-Education Platform. I am your daughter, your sister, Dr. Kafayat, Kehinde Lamidi. Once again, I welcome you all to this lecture series entitled Managing Meetings Virtually. So the opening question for today is, how can you set up a productive remote session or meeting? I'll give you 5 tips. The first one is timing. Avoid a long hour session. Reasonably, you can just reduce or schedule a 15 to 30 minutes meeting or session with your audience or your participants. At least maximum of 40-45 minutes should be fine. And minimizing the length of a session is going to create and generate that positive pressure. And research have shown that sessions that are undertaken within reasonable timing derive increased focus. That's one. It also stimulates ideas from your participants. So try to set a proper timing. Then the second one is agenda. That's number 2. And this is where the majority of remote sessions have issues. I've attended so many, conferences, some chat session meetings as well, and the majority of the issues tend to be tied up to the lack of focus, and this need to be addressed within the agenda. So how can you do this? You need to make clarity in terms of your agenda. Then this you can do by framing your agenda around a set of questions. I repeat, frame your agenda around a set of questions. So this will give you yourself the clarity in relation to who are the key people that you want to invite to that meeting or that session or that conference that you are planning. Then the third one is video or camera, and I will explain that in 2 dimensions. The first part is you as the host or the facilitator. You need to make sure that you turn on your camera, be visible, let people see you, let them know who they are talking to, who is facilitating the session, who is hosting them. Then provide your attendees, which is the second dimension part of it, is provide them with the options to turn off their own camera. And I will give you the reason for this. Because it makes them feel more anonymous. For some people, they are not comfortable with camera, so you give them that confidence that they are involved, even though they are not physically seen. However, you will try to use the tools within your chat room. Maybe that's the Zoom you are using, or the Google Meet app, and the conferencing meeting app that you are using. So the tools is the number 4. Then, in terms of the tools, is that you need to encourage them, the audience or the participants, to get involved, to be engaged. You need to encourage them to make use of the chat button. So, how can you do this? You need to get their contribution by asking them actively, calling names. Some of the names is the Kafayat. Please, can you share your thoughts? Because sometimes if you don't call names, people will not get involved. They won't do any, they won't contribute any input. But by calling them, you are actively engaging them. You are getting their involvement in the conversation. So that makes them even be more part of the session or the meeting you are hosting. And you yourself will be able to get multiple views, because it's not only the person that you've invited as the guest speaker or whoever is speaking with you, or yourself as the host who is running the session or facilitating the session, but you get the views of the participants and the audience as well. And that makes an interactive session, and it makes something to be very productive. Or if it's conference that you're having, it's going to be really, really productive in that aspect. And tying to that, there is this concept of social loafing, because that's the reason why it is important that you get your participants or attendees actively engaged in your conversation. This active engagement will eradicate the issue that is mostly tied to remote session, which is what I describe as social loafing. Social loafing in terms of, we are human in the sense that we have our tendency of hiding behind the crowd. So when you call name, you say, Kathy, please can you share your thoughts? What are you doing? You are trying to get my efforts, you are seeking my contribution, and in doing that, you're actually facilitating the whole meeting process or the whole conversation. You are getting me actively engaged, you are calling me, you are acknowledging my name, my contribution, you make me feel have that sense of worthiness, if you know what I mean. So in doing that, you are like using one stone to kill it to the yeah, using how the parable goes. You know what I'm trying to say? Don't let me go into that. So it will be one, eradicating or minimizing the concept of social loafing, which is attached to the remote session or remote meeting, and at the same time, you are actively engaging or involving the participant in the conversation. So in doing that, you are trying to increase their efforts, and you are triggering their motivation to be engaged in the discussion, which will give you a good outcome from that meeting session. So that's the fourth one, tools. The fifth one I'm going to talk about is the dressing code as facilitator or the host. You don't have to put on something pattern or like a line, a cloth with line. So you have to wear something plain, like what I'm wearing right now. If I let me try to stand up, you can see it's plain gray. Yeah. Then even my jacket is gray. Even though it's going to have line, the lining will not show. It's going to be very silent. It's not those obvious, colorful. But if you wear something like plain, even though if it's going to be colorful, it's going to be colorful in the sense that it will not affect, the views of the viewers or the audience or the attendees. You try to be color coordinated. That's what I'm trying to say. So because you are doing video conferencing, you are doing video or virtual meeting or remote session, so you try to plan everything, coordinate it effectively from the tone of yourself, from the timing, from the agenda that you are setting, from the people that are coming, that you are inviting, from the clarity of the questions that you are framing, so down to the feedback, which is the final part of it, the feedback. Try to seek feedback at the end of the session. Try to ask people for their views in terms of what has went well, what hasn't, They try to let them give you their opinion for how to improve things. And you know what? By doing that, you'll be reflecting and you'll be learning some new things. You can even get their ideas on how to make improvement for your next session or for your next meeting. And that's all I have for today. In order to, let me just quickly make a recap. I said, how can you set up a productive remote session? I've mentioned 5 tips. And the first one, in summary, is the timing. Try to set your time properly. Don't make it too lengthy. Reduce the time. Reduce the length of the session. That's one. And the second one, don't forget, is your agenda. Try to set it or to frame your agenda around the certain questions. You can have opening question like I did when I started this lecture. I said the opening question is, how can you set up a productive remote session? It's as simple as that. You set the tones, and when you set that framing question, it make you to get clarification in terms of who are you going to invite to that session. That's the benefit of doing that. Then the third one is your camera or your video. As the host or as the facilitator, you have to turn on your camera. However, you can give the participant the option to turn off their own camera because some people may not be comfortable. However, you can still get them involved in the discussion by calling their names. Don't just randomly ask generic question. Just call on someone that you know is on that platform or on that chat room at the moment in time to seek for their thoughts. So we will be actively engaging them in the conversation, and in doing that, we will be having an interactive section. That's the benefit of the video aspect. Then remember I mentioned something again that as social loafing, it is our tendency as human beings to hide behind the crowd. If we are not called upon, we will not do anything. It is human nature. Some of us find it comfortable to hide behind the crowd or to use policies or some other things as an excuse, but call on the names to seek for their contributions. So in that case, you will be, acknowledging them, one. Secondly, you will be seeking for their inputs. That's another aspect. And as well as you will make them have that feeling, that sense of worthiness. You are triggering the motivation. You are encouraging them to contribute their own effort as well. So which means it's both way driven, it's participant led session as well as you facilitating the session. It's not just one way driven. What I mean. So the third one I said is about your dress. The fourth one I mentioned is about your dressing code. Try to put on something plain, not line, not pattern. If you know what I mean, like having flower, that's what pattern is, or thick lines on your cloth or your shirt. Try to have, even though it's going to be colorful, try to make sure it doesn't affect the view of those that are watching you. Then finally, I talk about the feedback. When you finish the session, try to launch like a poll or a survey to seek for the input about how your meeting has gone, and it went well, what has not been well coordinated, or for other suggestions about how to improve in your next meeting or session or conference. And in doing that, you yourself will be learning as well as reflecting on how to make a better session. That's all I have for today. Thank you very much. I always love you all. Without you, there's no Dr. Kafayat. Thank you for your audience. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And please do not forget to share with your contacts, with anybody out there that you know is going to benefit from this lecture series. And remember to follow our website on GlobalSelf-EducationPlatform, which is via Kafayat, kndlamidi.com. Also, our Facebook page is GlobalSelf-EducationPlatform. Please continue to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Dr. Kafayat. I love you all. Bye for now. Enjoy the rest of the day. Bye bye.